How do you deal with fear? Who would you be without that fear? What would you be doing with your life if you weren't afraid? How would you be living? Explore different ways to cope with your fear. Find what works for you, because what works for me and for Joe next door is not necessarily going to work for you. When I get really scared, it's because I'm allowing my thoughts and my beliefs to race ahead of me. I'm allowing my dread of the future, my story about what could happen, my fear about what might happen, grab hold of me and take me places where I do not want to go. What I've learned to do is recognize the people, places, and things that make me scared. So for instance, I find it really scary and depressing to watch the news and read the newspapers and even talk about things that I can't control. Another thing I find really helpful is to realize that fear comes from a story that I tell myself. So when I start feeling afraid that I might get ALS or Parkinson's or be trapped in my body, I remind myself that this is just a story I'm telling myself. The more times I get sick and recover, the less I fear getting sick. Broke my shoulder and had to have 2 surgeries, horrible bunions, ulcerative colitis, had to have my gallbladder removed, laser eye surgery, lying for 3 days, x-rays on Christmas Eve, serious ribbish, impacted stool, terrible. The more often I get sick, the more I realize my body's capability and capacity to heal. You get sick, it's painful, the medications suck, but they don't suck because they help you heal. And then you eventually heal and you work through it and it just becomes a memory. It's just a habit that we have to follow these fears and to let them grow and fester like wounds. To break that habit, recognize that you're telling yourself a story, you're believing what you're telling yourself, and you're allowing your thoughts and emotions to take control of you. If you can recognize when your story starts happening and how it begins and how it continues to grow, then you're going to be better able to stop the story before it develops into full-blown panic attack. What I've also found really helpful is to recognize that every illness that I've had, every surgery, every pain point, every negative experience with my body has somehow brought me a benefit in some way. Every time I do suffer in some way, I somehow grow and have something to share and something to offer. Take good care of yourself, because you are worth taking good care of. Mwah.